How many final bosses can a game have, dude? There's so many. Why are there so many? Generic Control in the Doc goes. I'm here back with another Game Champ video. Today we're doing Can You Beat Rockman 3 Without Getting Hit? You all have loved Part 1 and Part 2, or Rockman 1 and 2 No Hit by Gamechamp3000. I absolutely love her videos. You want to check my reaction to Can You Beat Rockman 2 Without Getting Hit? I'll leave my reaction to it right up there. Also going to be linked down below in the description if you want to watch that video as well. But that was a shorter video. This is going to be a 40-minute long video. I remember when I used to be like, nah, 40 minutes is too long to record a video. And now I've recorded like probably 4 or 5 40-minute long videos every single week. But I'm looking forward to this. I absolutely love Game Champ's video. I have no idea why they don't get, like, nobody else reacts to Game Champ videos. Apparently, like, there's like maybe 5 reactions to Game Champ videos out there. No idea why. I thoroughly enjoyed them. You all have as well. I read every single one of your comments, so leave them down below. Let me know if you want to see the 4th one, which is an even longer video. But I hope you're having one today. Hopefully I can make it a tiny little better. Shout out to the patrons. They get the videos there early. Live on a paywall channel. I do read every single comment, so leave them down below. And let's go ahead and just jump into this video. No need to make it longer than it needs to be. Alright, can you beat Rockman 3
without sponsor Ironside Computers. Use the code
I don't think Ironside
fanfiction for 5% off.
Is Ironside still in business? I don't know if Ironside's still in business.
Don't take any unnecessary risks. Try not to drop your controller, and feel free to scream out in celebration as his health bar reaches 0. With
what?
Dr. Wily thoroughly phoned home, the Rockman 2 Mr. Perfect run is mission complete.
Oh, okay.
And holy mother of cheese on a holy cracker.
Rockman 2, that was last week's video.
Wow, never again.
Never again. I think somebody said it took her like years to do one of these. Day 14. Death count 186. Year 2. So this took years. Year 3, October 23rd, 2021.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to VG Myths, the online internet video game TV show in a never-ending cycle of unfinished business. You know exactly.
I've never
why
played
we're here,
a Mega Man or a Rockman game.
Wondering why it took me 3 years to get this video.
Why?
I'll answer that question as long as you answer one for me. Can you beat Rockman 3 without getting hit?
No,
the rules
I can't.
are the same as always.
Are you asking if it's possible, or can I?
This is
Because
a
I
single
absolutely
segment
cannot.
full game playthrough with absolutely no wiggle room. If
Any
at
hacks,
any point
cheats?
you take damage even a single time, your entire playthrough is forfeit. You don't just go back to a checkpoint, you reset the game and start back from the title screen.
God, that is
Additionally,
tough.
for obvious reasons, only gameplay features of the original Famicom release are allowed. That means no auto-fire, no save states, and no turbo CPU. And finally, second controller inputs, which allow for incredibly overpowered debug features, are banned entirely. With the rules set, let's get this run 3 years in the making finally started. Being a Rockman game, we can choose any of the first 8 stages to tackle first. Naturally, we want to get the hardest bosses out of the way ASAP, thus cutting down on time wasted beating the easy levels before our inevitable, painful, and horrible deaths. Needleman is the hardest of the 8 bosses, but in order to actually beat him, we absolutely need his weakness, Gemini Laser. Unfortunately, Gemini Man is likewise extremely dangerous. Snake Man is next in the chain and easily beatable as a first visit, so we're hunting down him first.
Snake Man.
The snakeheads in the first room fire some super quick bullets, so memorize their exact locations and fire 2 shots to instantaneously kill them. The second room ambushes you with 3 snakeheads simultaneously. Wait a small fraction of time after reaching the top of the ladder, dodge, take out 1 or 2 heads, dodge again, then continue. For both giant snakeheads, fire 3 shots during a dodging jump, 2 additional shots after, then repeat for 10 total shots. In the next room, immediately kill the topmost snakehead, jump over the bullet volley, and slide past the copter to take out the next snake. When the pole vaulters show up, completely stop moving, wait for them to pass above, then jump over as they run back. The Snake Joes are almost always at a different vertical elevation than you, so play it safe and shoot at them just before they open their eyes. You shouldn't ever have to put yourself in danger. Once you reach the sky platforms, make sure you always jump as the platforms spawn rather than standing still. Otherwise, they're capable of pushing you off. When the bullet bills spawn in, a single shot will decloud them. This makes them continue at their current elevation, making them much easier to dodge. Snake Man is easy to fight Buster only, with one exception. He's incredibly difficult to reliably dodge when he first walks towards you. To counter this, switch to Rush Coil before entering. Though not normally intended for battle, Rush Coil gives you enough height to make that first dodge.
After you.
You can now easily pepper him with Buster shots with ample time to escape, finishing our first stage. Next on our list, Gemini.
Then you gotta go after Gemini Man.
The enemies in the first area should be self-explanatory.
Are they?
Carefully
They're
edge
not
forward
Zodiacs,
and spam
are
them
they?
with Buster shots when they appear. Whenever you encounter dragonflies,
I'm trying to think there's
spawn
Zodiac
them one at a
that's
time,
snake-related.
wait for them to get in position behind you, and jump over. Against the Ice Makers, fire the Buster at a steady rhythm on the ground to keep the pen-pens from reaching you, occasionally jumping to shoot the handle. The Ice Maker will die after 10 hits.
The Ice Maker.
In the water room, you'll have to deal with dragonflies from above and sub-missiles from below. Carefully time your jumps such that the dragonflies try to attack you
on when they
at
made
jump
this?
height, thus flying above you when you land.
We have
always ensuring you're on the next
dragonflies and
platform before the
sub-missiles.
missiles hit you. Before leaving the room, it is absolutely essential you grab the E-Tank. Upon climbing the ladder, 2 frogs will jump towards you. A quick volley of bullets should be able to kill both before their second jump. Thankfully, now that we have Search Snake, Gemini Man is one of the easiest battles in the game. Keep to the right half of the screen and jump over while simultaneously firing a snake. With a third snake, don't just fire once, mash the fire button a few times to get a hit on the other Gemini.
Is that why there was that movie, Gemini Man, with Will
Quickly get
Smith?
in to spam him with more
like a
snakes,
clone or
finishing him
something?
off before
That was
he can get out
close.
another attack. With Gemini Laser equipped, we can finally go after our first main target, Needleman.
Needleman.
The hedgehogs at the beginning can each be killed with either a volley of bullets or a single Gemini Laser. The cannons can be killed with a single Search Snake, but are invulnerable until you get close. Fire a spread out volley, then enter their range, ensuring they get hit at the earliest possible moment. The Mets similarly can only be damaged when you get close and fire back much more quickly. You'll need some very careful timing to hit them beforehand.
I thought you couldn't kill them until they
of the
popped
level
their
is
helmet
mostly
up.
free. With careful play, you shouldn't have any trouble until Needleman himself. Immediately rush towards him and fire a mid-air Gemini Laser. He'll always respond with either a short hop or a high hop. React with a specifically timed second shot, then retreat. You should now be able to get in 2 final shots from the far side of the room. Once Needleman
no wonder why you
down,
got a good
you'll
Gemini
unlock
Man.
the barely useful Needle Cannon and absolutely game-breakingly useful Rush Jet. Of the
Rush
remaining
Jet.
5 bosses, Shadow Man is
So
the
where
hardest.
did she have issues?
You might think we'd want to grab his weakness first, but
You know?
anybody familiar with the game will
Like,
know
what
that
took
is
3 years?
absolutely
What part?
not an option. Shadow Man is weak to Topspin, an attack that requires the player to directly touch enemies. Touching things that hurt you when you touch them is not a strategy I'm going to recommend. Without his weakness as an option, our current gear is gonna have to be enough. We're heading for Shadow Man first. When dropping from the first screen, hug the center platform as you're falling. You'll always fall straight past to the next screen safely. The mini-boss fight against Blues is super easy.
It's like he
only
doesn't
has
want
2
to.
actions, running while far from you and doing jump shots while close to you. Just keep sliding between the edges of the screen while getting pot shots from afar. In the room with grenades and walking eyes, a quick
Snakes.
Search
Go
Snake
get 'em.
can fire snakes at
And
regular
no ropes.
intervals. The snakes
Danger
will hug
noodles.
every surface and take each enemy out without having to aim. Rather than bothering to do any platforming in the lava room, turn the dial down to easy mode with our first use of Rush Jet. Notice I'm constantly jumping. Rush Jet's energy only drains while Rockman is standing on him. Any time spent jumping is free, so by constantly jumping,
that's
you'll extend
clever.
your maximum jet time massively. This will be incredibly important now that we've reached Shadow Man himself. Shadow Man has total control of ground level, being ridiculously difficult to dodge, so hop on Rush Jet ASAP and take to the sky to even the odds. At the beginning of the fight, he jumps twice before attacking, then for the remainder of the fight, will jump 3 times before attacking. Keep close in front of him and keep firing shots to hit him when he does a mid-jump or high jump. Then move
Also, I should be
behind
starting
him when he
Pokemon White
attacks.
2.
This usually keeps you safe regardless of which
tomorrow
attack
on
he
Twitch.
uses. Note, however, that this isn't safe at the very edge of the arena if he tries to slide. If his back is too close to the wall, preemptively make your way to the opposite
thing has
wall where
health.
you'll have plenty of time to
has
react to
health.
whatever move he makes. Once his health bar reaches 0, the 2 hardest stages of the initial 8 will be finished. The next hardest of the
but
remainder
what
just
took
happens
3
to
years?
be the next link in the weakness triangle, Sparkman. Take note of the enemies that spawn from the ceiling chutes. They always spawn when you reach a certain distance, and with proper timing, you can take them out instantly. The electric turrets seen throughout the stage are incredibly difficult to dodge, but the good news is you don't have to. They only spawn if you cross a very specific threshold, and will despawn if they go off screen. Align yourself just right, and most of them will magically disappear. Otherwise, the rest of the stage is simple and easy. Sparkman himself is the last difficult boss of the run. He randomly hops between 1 and 4 times before every attack. You'll need to be properly positioned to dodge in every possible scenario. To make this possible, go into the battle with Rush Jet equipped. Every one of his 5 attack positions have blind spots that allow you to safely dodge.
5 attack positions?
Keep heading toward those and look for chances to deal damage quickly before Rush Jet runs out.
See, that
with
one had far less
dead,
health.
there aren't any more difficult stages in the initial 8. Sit back and relax with 3 freebie levels.
These are freebie levels? Really?
Magnet Man first. There's one new enemy type in this stage to take note of, the missile turrets. The semi-homing nature of the missiles and their small size make them super dangerous. Keep as far away as possible, spam shots to take out the turret, then jump to hit the missile at the last second. On this screen, equip Gemini Laser, jump up, and fire at the right wall at your maximum jump height.
Also, the spikes are
This
instant
isn't the fastest way to kill this guy, but it is the most incredibly pointlessly convoluted, and is thus required. The last room has a missile turret at a higher elevation. The same strategy as before applies, though your shots will need to be even more precise. Magnet Man himself is simple. As he approaches, shoot him with Spark Shock, then hug the left wall. As long as you're running away from him, you're always safe if he tries to magnetize you. If he jumps up, calmly walk to the opposite side of the room and he won't be able to hit you. Repeat until death. Next on the list,
run away from him?
Man. These beehives spawn a bunch of bees once they hit the ground, but thankfully we won't have to deal with them. As long as the beehive lands while off screen, the bees won't actually spawn, leaving the path completely clear. With all the weapons we've gotten so far, you can make your way through most of the stage with totally risk-free enemy clears. Shadowblade's diagonal shots and Gemini Laser's bouncing shots both work great for this. This Met is dangerous if not taken out immediately, but as long as you fire a volley on the approach, you should be okay.
And we're like
10 minutes in. A crocodile will pop out of these green platforms shortly after you walk on them, but Rush Jet ain't walking. A beehive will spawn as soon as you move the screen. Scroll the screen as far right as you can, about face when the beehive stops, and you'll have just enough time to get it off screen and continue.
What happens if
the
bees
very
spawn?
careful about how you climb down the next ladder. Down here we have another fight with blues, but this time it's not on flat ground, making the fight astronomically harder. Rather than being good at video games, we can cheat with Rush Jet. But don't start cheating just yet. There's a short cutscene that prevents us from summoning Rush until after blue starts moving, leaving very little wiggle room. Instead, we're gonna give ourselves a head start. Summon Rush mid-fall just before you touch the ground. He'll come out during the cutscene with ample time remaining to board and fly up to safety. Follow directly behind Blues and mash a couple dozen bullets into his back for a cheap and easy victory. Shortly after is the boss door. Hardman can normally be difficult to fight since his hands double back after passing you, but there's a trick to remove that aspect from the battle entirely. As long as you're hugging the absolute edge of the arena, the arms will go just far enough off screen to despawn. Jump over both while hugging the wall, dodge to the other side, and fire magnets at all times.
I will never not be amazed.
After successfully avoiding a single immature joke, we can move on to the final of the 8 bosses, Top Man. Most of this stage doesn't introduce anything you shouldn't already be able to handle.
Where's the difficult part?
Or the top launchers are usually at the top of the stairway. Equip Shadowblade and mash blades towards them. You'll always take out the tops before they reach you. For the cat mini-bosses, stay back and spam Search Snake with carefully timed bursts as the yarn balls approach. There are 2 cats to take out and only barely enough Search Snake for both of them, so keep an eye out and refill if given the opportunity. Search Snake also allows for a safe kill on this Met. For the final top launcher, equip Shadowblade, rush below him, then alternate between horizontal and vertical throws as necessary. Miss the entire point of Top Man's carefully crafted platforming challenge, equip Hard Knuckle, and enter the boss door. Top Man has the simplest pattern of all 8 bosses with absolutely no RNG. Hit him once, slide away as the tops home in, jump over Top Man, and repeat. After 4 hits, you'll be done with the initial 8 stages and can move on to officially begin your attempt. Everything you saw before now was the tutorial. Welcome to the Doc Rowboat stages. Before even being allowed to enter the endgame, we must beat 4 extra hard stages featuring 2 battles each against Doc Rowboat, who, in every encounter, carries the moveset of one of the 8 prior bosses from Rockman.
Is it random, or is it...
Considering how we obliterated them last time, these guys are understandably thirsty for revenge, and the ludicrously stupid ones have gotten ludicrously stupider. Logic dictates we should go after the hardest stage first, but keep in mind, if you seriously want to beat this entire thing, you'll need to be well practiced on every single stage.
Literally.
I opted to instead head for one of the 3 less difficult dock rowboat stages first, cycling around to ensure we're never under-practiced in any of them. The second hardest dock rowboat stage to clear is the Gemini Man revisit. The first room should feel familiar, but now you'll have to pay much more careful attention to when the flame droppers spawn. Specifically, you should memorize the exact locations of the droppers too high to hit with the buster. Those specific ones you should shoot with magnet missiles. Once a little ways along, you should have enough magnet missile to switch to it permanently and take out the rest of the enemies. You won't need any more magnets for the rest of the level, so feel free to run
pretty good, I'm guessing.
At the stage's halfway point, we made our first rematch, Dock Flashman. Equip Rush Jet before entrance, jump on as he approaches, and escape into the air. Dock Flash is the entire reason this stage is considered second hardest, requiring some ludicrously dangerous movement. Make sure you're always jumping just next to Flashman as he freezes the screen. This keeps you in a blind spot where no shots can reach while simultaneously preventing Rush Jet from draining. Keep ahead of him when he passes the center and try to get 2 to 3 shots on him each pass. Unfortunately, Rush Jet will likely be draining slightly faster than his health bar, so we'll have to finish the fight on foot.
Oh, that's
when
not
Rush
gonna be
Jet
good.
is almost out, look for good timing in Flashman's attack cycle where he passes the middle immediately after freezing. Jump down behind him, equip Needle Cannon, spray, and pray.
Outside, Jesus.
If you did everything right, he'll explode in 2 hits,
Jump down
which
and pray.
ever so coincidentally is the number of hits you'll be able to deal before a bullet collides with your face. Rush Jet is now near empty and will want more later on, so stop by the first pit, send Rush on a never-ending trip to hell, and grab weapon energy as it appears. Once Rush Jet is about halfway filled, you should be safe. The next screen is the first and only use of Rush Marine in the entire game. Just hold right and mash the fire button and you'll somehow accidentally reach the end. In the crawling bug rooms, keep every single bug spawn point in mind as you progress, being certain to kill each bug before walking below its spawn point. In the second room, with properly paced shots, you can kill both bugs simultaneously and clear the entire screen in one go. We're now entering the battle with Doc Bubbleman, who's gotten a bit of an upgrade. No weapons deal quite as much damage as Metal Blade once did, meaning we'll have to survive a little bit longer and use a much different strategy. Head in with Rush Jet. When the battle starts, jump as high as you can without touching the spikes, then mash the start button as fast as possible.
Why?
What, did you think there wouldn't be any more pause shenanigans?
No,
Every time you enter an exit weapon menu, you stall your fall just slightly, allowing you to wait for Doc Bubble's randomly timed jump, at which point you can fall past his first bullet guaranteed. Slide under the bubbles, deploy Rush Jet, dodge his return shot, and Doc Bubble will blue screen. The devs programmed him to wait for Rockman to touch the ground before his attack pattern can continue, and wouldn't you know it, Rush ain't the ground.
It's like
Once you
crashing the game.
Doc Bubble, you can head into the third hardest Doc Robo stage, located in the Needleman revisit. The second screen will take some extremely precise movements with a series of extending and retracting toy lightsabers. When jumping up here, there's just enough space to stand on the ledge without getting hit. Aim for the same spot when making the jump immediately after, and once again, slide through. The third spike of the next set will be timed differently depending on when you scroll the screen. Try to time it so it's a little delayed compared to the other 2 spikes, giving you time to wait underneath. Breeze through the next few rooms, then get ready for our old unbeatable friend, Doc Airman, who's now even harder than he was in Rockman 2. As you can probably guess, we'll be using Rush Jet. Jump on as soon as the battle starts and improvise. Airman will shoot out 3 volleys of air with several preset patterns of the whirlwinds.
Is so tough.
Some of these patterns provide an opportunity for you to get in some damage while making a safe escape, but others are too dangerous and will force you to stall.
It's not like there's a set strategy.
When Doc Airman jumps to the left side, it becomes too dangerous to actively attack. Instead, hug the top right corner and weave through the air gusts while conserving Rush Jet as much as possible. You shouldn't run out until after he jumps back to the right. Once he's low on health, or you run out of Rush Jet, swap to magnet missiles and hit Doc Air as fast as you can to hopefully end the battle before the next wind gust. The next screen requires Rush Jet to traverse, but luckily, even if you ran out, there are infinitely respawning enemies to farm for
the dragonflies?
Take your time and try to relax. You definitely need a break. When climbing up
this ladder,
drop the controller
super
and sip a latte
Mega
as
Evolution,
the enemy
I guess?
above fails to hit you and runs back to tell Wily he tried his hardest. Equip Shadow Blade for the next screen, a mini boss fight against a giant Met. Once it's dead, put the controller down and drink another latte. Seriously, this is a very important strategy. There's a weird glitch that sometimes occurs after beating this mini-boss. Upon death, the ghost of its hitbox will linger for a short amount of time.
Wait, what?
Attempting to pass before that ghost despawns to the afterlife will result in Rockman taking 0 damage. I repeat,
I guess
Rockman will
broken...
take exactly 0 damage. I'll let you decide if taking imaginary damage counts as taking damage, because I'm not touching that one with a 0-foot pole. In the next screen, equip magnet missiles. These take out the propeller mets in one hit, so fire as you pass through.
I guess it has its downsides to it being an old game with all the glitches
run forward and
and
Shadow Blade the Hedgehog before it rolls into a ball. Switch to Needle Cannon and enter the boss room to fight Doc Clashman. Crashman has been upgraded since Rockman 2 and can't be quick killed. When you fire your gun, he'll jump a random distance in the direction he's moving and fire a bomb mid-jump. Try to control him by forcing him to jump past you and cycle back and forth across the room.
Makes sense.
Be warned, he's entirely capable of jumping of his own volition, so keep that possibility in mind and be ready to adapt. With Doc Crash dead, we've only got 4 more rematches to worry about. The 4th hardest stock rowboat level is the Shadow Man revisit. The spikes may look intimidating, but if you slide off the edge of each platform while moving forward, you'll always fall safely. Equip magnet missiles before the third fall, letting you get rid of the walking eye immediately. For the next screen, equip Spark Shock. Wait for just the right time, jump, and fire a shot to freeze the jumping robot in
midair,
place
and just
so
run
you
past
can safely walk below. The return of the grenade room can be skipped entirely with Rush Jet, which shouldn't require very much energy as long as you keep jumping. Head into the halfway boss door for the Woodman rematch. Woodman is even easier to beat now than he was in Rockman 2.
How is he easier now?
Use Rush Jet to hide in the top left corner where you're 100% untouchable, then drop down to spam needles when Doc Wood is unshielded. Once Doc Wood reaches the left edge, head to his right side, wait for 4 leaves to rise up, then move back to safety and counterattack. Woodman is not only the easiest stock rowboat fight, but also one of the easiest boss fights in the entire game, so you shouldn't have much trouble.
It is supposed to be harder.
The Snake Joe in the next room is a little scary in this cramped hallway, but a properly timed slide will dodge his attack safely. After the Joes, use Rush Jet once again in the lava room to cheese it. This time, frogs will periodically spawn in. Keep their locations in mind and aim where they're going to jump as you move forward. Before the final screen, swap to magnet missiles and enter the next screen while mashing the fire button in midair. 4 magnets will kill the launcher, then 1 more will kill the missile when it gets close. The Heatman rematch starts out very similarly to Rockman 2, with Doc Heat firing a volley of fire
that is a toaster.
Apparently
it's supposed to be a lighter. That is a toaster.
This time, you'll want to hold down and right, sliding ASAP and jumping through the gap in the flames. That dodge is the only hard part. You can now slowly and safely whittle Doc Heat's health from afar. If you need a bathroom break, now is the perfect time. Just lure him directly into one of the edges and stand at the opposite edge. He apparently understands and will wait impatiently. Once Doc Heat is dead, we can finally stop stalling and get to what you've all been waiting for. The absolute hardest damageless stage in the entire game and hardest damageless stage yet seen in the entire series.
Oh god.
The Sparkman revisit.
Sparkman?
The level's difficulty comes almost entirely from the boss fights, the enemies in between all being extremely simple. One note for this room, you can bypass a very scary encounter with a missile turret by immediately sliding forward below it. It won't fire its missile if you're that close, allowing you to safely spam Shadow Blades from below. Next is Doc Metalman, where we'll be using magnet missiles. Slide to the halfway point, fire a missile, then slide backward just before the metal blades hit you. This will allow you to dodge all metal blades regardless of Doc Metal's jump height. He's not as pathetic as he used to be and may decide to jump randomly on his own, but it's rare for this to throw a major wrench in your strategy, making Doc Metal
I'd be scared like
those
particles when they die. I would be scared
jump through the next few
I would try to dodge
easy
those.
rooms as you reconsider every decision you've ever made in your entire life, because you're about to say hello once again to the Nightmare himself, the physical manifestation of RNG, Quickman. More than any other boss, Quickman is most justified in his quest to end our pathetic lives. Remember
he's fast.
How we beat him in the previous episode? We spammed him with weapons he was completely immune to, which had the side effect of forcing him into a fancy invulnerability pose. Though intended to show off his strength, this ended up being his greatest weakness, allowing for quick weapon swapping to drain his health bar before he even got the chance to fight. In this incarnation, however, he's learned from his mistakes. Doc Quickman has no immunities whatsoever. He takes at least 1 damage from every single weapon, and thus there's absolutely nothing stopping him from obliterating you with pure, unfiltered RNG rage. damage. In every
Wow.
single other boss fight in Rockman 3, I've figured out a strategy that I believe will at least theoretically make victory possible.
And there's no strategy
regardless
for
of
Quickman?
luck. RNG can make a boss harder, but never impossible. To juxtapose this, Doc Quick will sometimes literally decide that you lose the moment the fight begins.
Wow,
Meaning,
that is,
for the
you can't dodge
damageless run
that.
to be possible, Doc Quick will literally have to decide
After going
not
through all
to
that.
win. And of course, in addition
After
to that
all that, you could
requirement,
just
you'll need
lose
to improvise
immediately.
perfectly around his ludicrously hectic movements and attacks. But
He's
don't
fast.
give up
Speed
hope.
kills.
Being good at video games is still not required. While Doc Quick's usual preferred weakness is Gemini Laser, I discovered a secret that makes this fight just a little more bearable. If
Run
too
away.
many
Ooh.
objects are on screen, the game will start to run slower, and Doc Robot's sprite plus the 3 boomerangs are already filling the screen near the limit. Since time is moving slower, but your brain
What?
is moving at the same speed, you'll have a better chance of figuring out exactly what's
You can put
happening
the game
on
in
screen
slow
to
motion?
adapt on the fly to Quickman's movement while preparing for his next move. This doesn't really help us with Gemini Laser since we can only have one shot on screen at a time, and
But can you
thus
switch?
the game is only ever slowed down if we already failed to hit our target. But Doc Quick has a secondary weakness. Search Snake may not
360
seem like the
deaths.
best defensive option at first, but it allows you to have up to 3 shots on screen at a time. Intentionally miss with 2 snakes and save your 3rd snake for Doc Quick himself.
Oh, okay. And this is from the live stream. Slows everything down. Oh, and then there's just always going to be snakes slowing. I mean, there's a strategy.
Okay! Yes! Yes! Practice finally paid off!
Practice.
With enough brute force, Doc Quick's random number generator will generate
that-
mercy, allowing you
That's
to
not
pass
it, though.
without a scratch.
There's
After
still
all
more.
these years, we've passed the most difficult roadblock in the entire
still
game.
more.
It's victory lap time. Welcome
Really?
to the Wily stages.
Are they that
Most
easy?
of Wily Stage 1 can be cleared with strats we've already seen. Just note the water room with the flying penguins. Memorize their spawn positions, swap to magnet missiles,
Memorize
and
their
fire shots
spawn
off while you
positions.
jump across the spikes.
That's easy.
I'm probably going to be responsible for a few dozen spit takes, but before entering the boss room, you should equip Top Spin. Yes, seriously. While Top Spin normally results in the player taking damage upon use, there's an exception most people don't realize.
What?
No damage is taken if the enemy is killed in one hit. Wily Stage 1's boss consists of multiple separate turtles, each of which can be killed
Turtles.
with one top spin. The whirlwind spat out by the walls and floor can interrupt the spin, so keep your space a bit, but
Yeah.
otherwise the turtles are sitting ducks. Stage 2 features some more
Okay.
beehives in combination with crocodiles. The first of these will require some hectic hops back and forth to despawn.
That
the
is-
second and third can be
that is
safely
stressful.
despawned through clever use of Rush Jet, which will deliver you all the way to the boss door. The boss fight is against Yellow
Stressful.
Devil Mark II, who has been
Oh,
upgraded from
dodge the-
maddeningly difficult to incredibly pathetic.
Oh,
You have more
okay.
than enough time to react to each blob through reaction time alone, with no memorization required, and now have the ability to slide under. Once
Gotta
he switches
dodge
sides, jump and
the
fire one
parts
hard
of it.
knuckle,
Oh.
then wait and do the whole thing over again. When he moves to the left side specifically,
Wait, he does it every
swap to
single
Rush
time?
Jet as soon as the
That's
hard
so
knuckle
annoying.
hits, climb aboard, and fly over, thus skipping the practically undodgeable mess of incorrect hitboxes. Punch him in the eyeball a
Incorrect
few more times
hitboxes?
to move on to Wily Stage 3. Once again, no new strategies.
this is, I
are
guess, a
necessary.
victory lap.
There are a couple enemies to take out from afar, a grenade room to clear with Search Snake, and a hopper requiring a very stressfully timed Spark Shock. After a short moving platform segment, we'll be going after the third Wily Stage boss, Hollow Rock, who's going to require us to play a little bit less fair. Only one of these Hollow Rocks can take damage, but all 3 can deal damage, firing 3 bullets at us shortly
So
after
which
the battle
one takes
starts.
damage?
Once that happens, your death is nearly guaranteed, so you'll have to finish this entire battle in about 2 seconds.
How?
Luckily, while the true Hollow Rock's location is normally randomized, this is not the case when the battle begins. The real one is always on the top platform. Additionally, Hollow Rock has no invulnerability frames. He'll take damage as fast as you can shovel it into his face. We could use his weakness, Search Snake, to end the battle with some extremely precise movement, but
okay.
this is way too risky. Instead, we'll be using the most powerful weapon in the entire game.
Topspin?
A very good boy. Most weapons don't allow the player to enter the weapon menu while their shots are currently on screen. Each rush weapon is an exception, letting you open the menu whenever you want. After swapping weapons, the pre-existing pellets will take upon the attributes of whatever weapon you swap to. For example, if you swap to Search Snake, the pellets will deal the same amount of damage as if you'd hit the opponent with an actual snake. This is cool on its own, but usually isn't useful since you can only have 2 shots on screen at a time, and all this weapon swapping is incredibly inconvenient compared to just punching people in the face.
The whole thing is inconvenient. We're past the point of worrying about inconveniences.
Topspin, unlike every other weapon in the game, does not immediately despawn after touching an enemy. This normally doesn't matter much given the nature of the attack, but if we give this attribute to a buster shot and the enemy in question has no invulnerability frames, the pellet will deal damage every single frame. With this trick, you can take out Holorock with plenty of time to spare.
That's so risky.
Welcome to Wily Stage 4, the final stage in the game and beginning of the final boss rush. The garbage bots here are simple, but be warned, if a garbage block spawns, the garbage bots are still capable of throwing it even if they're a dead corpse. On this screen,
a ghost just threw that?
The ladder. Instead, climb down and stop immediately. If you drop down, you'll automatically take damage, but climbing down allows you to magically hold on to the ladder that no longer exists. In the boss rush, almost all bosses are fought with the same methods. However, remember that our strategies for both Shadow Man and Spark Man used Rush Jet. Rush is more critical for Shadow Man, so go after him before Spark Man, being careful to conserve Rush Jet as much as possible. Additionally, there's a new strategy possible against Hardman that actually makes it literally impossible to lose.
Wait, what do you mean? So I bet you I can find a way to lose. What?
This is the sip a latte until the heat death of the universe strat. As funny as that may seem, trust me, you do not want a glitch like that happening in an actual run.
Oh. Don't get soft lock? Yeah. Oh. And the top spin. Oh. 360 deaths. So that run has... Okay, this has been a run that's been working.
Everything went exactly as planned.
With the boss rush down, it's now time for the final boss battle. Refill on Rush Jet and Spark Shock on the way there, equipping Spark Shock for the final battle. Wily Machine number 3 will fire a very difficult to dodge spinning orb at your current location shortly after the turret appears on screen. To prevent it from causing any problems, wait until just before Wily finishes moving to the left for the 3rd time and jump. If done correctly, the orb will be fired into the air. Stall for time just a little bit longer. If you destroy the turret too fast, Wily will glitch a bullet past the right side of the screen and through the left side of the screen. If you stall long enough, he'll only be able to fire them as reality allows. Hop on Rush Jet and you can easily whittle his health down with near zero
Wily, who's not an
alien,
don't get too excited.
Just like last time, this is only the first final boss battle. We've got just one
How many boss
tackle.
battles? How many final bosses can a game have, dude? There's so many of them. There's so many. Why are there so many? I thought after we beat the first 8 that there was gonna be like, oh wow,
Alright.
Is there gonna be like one Wily?
With Shadow Blade, we position ourselves in the center so we can't get hit by the bullets. We rhythmically jump up and shoot up. Make sure we don't intersect with the bullets while doing that. While we're waiting for phase 2, we hold down and left.
So difficult.
And at the exact moment that Gutsman connects, we slide to the left. We want to do it very quickly and then jump after the shot is fired from Gamma.
I'd be reading chat too much and get hit. I know I would.
Immediately after we've dodged that bullet, we switch to Rush Jet. We fly up. We fire 2 shots. We switch to top.
Nuts. This has to be the run, right? This has to be. Is this practice? Like the moves in order and the timing? Oh, here we go. Is that Optimus Prime? Is that? Oh. Okay. Was that it? Oh. 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 Oh, it gets worse. Can dodge the fist by... Is that it? Is that game?
Oh my god.
3 years.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Run 360.
With Dr. Wily glitched into horrifically permanent and canon death, the Rockman 3 Mr. Perfect run
Wily?
is mission complete. Do not ask me about the 4th game. We are going to sit here and we are going to be happy about what we've already done.
In the 3rd game.
Okay? By the way,
you want me to do the 4th one?
First, if you'd like to see the run in its entirety or any of the failed attempts, they're all archived on the Let's Drem channel. Second, random fun fact time. I like money. I want to eat money. I want to eat your money. Starting today, there's a new tier on the Patreon. With a $10 pledge, in addition to the usual vocal shout-out, you'll get access to commentated versions of some of my videos. In these commentaries, I give random thoughts and behind-the-scenes
$3 a month for all my
info.
videos a day.
Did you ever want to know why I say mission complete?
16 plus videos.
You can find out this incredibly inconsequential information if you shovel money directly.
A lot of people don't know I have Patreon.
One commentated episode is live right now.
The video's
Until
been...
we get a decently sized backlog, I'll be uploading one per week. Additionally, since these won't be live on the main channel, I don't have to worry about analytics and can make minor updates whenever I feel like it. Let me know any questions you have about prior episodes, and if I have any interesting answers, I might update the commentary.
My Patreon tier was $3 back when I was doing like 5 or 7 videos.
Special thanks to all Patreon backers, including Drew Colpers,
and it's still the same, even though I've
Solin Zero, Leslam, Alexander
doubled
Botkin, Anu Ikrira, Vincent Hall, Alex Nelson, Lively Leader, The Quack,
and I couldn't do that thing because, you know, some videos get copyright claimed and I get nothing from them.
Crustacean Creep, Queen Sapphire, Plum Sweater, Procrastinating Destiny, Epic Evan 921, Alex Likes to Eat Ye Old Foreign, Rundum.
That is a lot.
Cam the Can 1, Nathaniel Kalita. Hold on, you're gonna have to explain how exactly Gamechamp got meaningful gun control legislation passed. You can't just say. Zoe, Multicore, Aaron Bailey, The Green Scorpion.
Wait, whoa. We just glossed over that. Explain. So somebody in the comment section can go
Curbs D50, Jorb, Damien R, Yop Alonzo, World's Slowest Game of Chess, White playing C3 to avoid any board cracking. That's dangerous, you know, a queen might die. Star Captain Eli Shaba of Clan Ghost Bear, Salty Sweet, Chronos Anthium, Doro25, Blue Moon Von Idaho, Britface, The Nonchalant Nacho, Kid, Barry Gucci, Wispy Syrup, Riley Anderson, Arcombs, Neptunian Baby, Greg Campbell, Nicky Wiki 34, Slowest Game of Chess, Black, Sure, Mr. White, how are you doing today? Have you been enjoying Gamechamp's content?
I have.
Officer Slard, what's that noise? Have you ever considered not being bad at video games, Miss Champ? Nova, Sinique says hashtag land back. Sulfuric Boss, Fabi, Zith Uggles, and Dragon, Eric Barron, Zero, Mars Becker,
all these other names are just so whatever, but then you have
Ivy Mackey, Tromba AJ2, the return of the haha funny meme name, Amphison, Admiral Ampersand, Literal Cat, Sylvie Wing Cat Girl is gay and doesn't go to bed on time. Reblog if you too are gay and or don't go to bed on time. Eve Weaver Cable, Zebras. I think it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in their stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Flip Chicken, Sound of Rain, Ryan Garvey, Milk Succubus, Grand Nero. If you download the video, then it will be an offline internet TV show. Nick, if magnets are made of rocks, then shouldn't Magneto Man be called Roku Man? Fireblade 974, literally Judas. Now I only want to triumph. Nora
are these all $10 patrons?
Beam Animates, the Jellybean Warlock, the insane one. Triceratops' frill, beak, and horns are covered in the same material that your hair and nails are made from, which is keratin. 11, Sorio 99,
Gamechamp is really good at
Dakota
reading.
Riggs, Neo Sandman 4040, Infamous Peace, Miles Edgelord,
Should we read these off this fast?
Monkey B, Drees, Lily _ you forgot the _ sap, Colin Monsma, Darknet, Attempted Wholesomeness, Champ doesn't like to say funsy runsy, IDAC. Gamechamp says EA Games is the greatest game developer ever.
No.
Calcitera, Brisky, Dr. Feed, Margaret Josephine, Madrox07, Corporal High, friendly reminder that it's not normal to sneeze. I have never sneezed. F. Amadon, Release Idola LP4, T. Brunelli 200, Quiet Mischievous, Pugmaster, Leverage, Lemon Planter, High Princess Aranus, Nitsua Gamer, Nitsa Gamer got to a ringless run of Sonic Adventure 2 before Gamechamp did. Fluff System, Fadooch, Rekindled in the Dying Flames of Capitalism, Grotchus, Frilly Lily, Durgil, Alex S. Warrior. Frick, how did I misspell deprecating? God D-word it, nobody saw that. Gamechamp, please delete your previous 2 videos, it's too M. Supporting Gamechamp until Ratatouille 2 is released. Cutie Monica, my D&D character whose name only Gamechamp can seem to consistently pronounce, Nemea. TechGek, whether we wanted it or not, we stepped into a war with the Cabal on Mars, so let's get to taking out their command one by one. No one. Oh no, I seem to have dropped my $5 bill. Has anyone seen where it went? My cat requires it for my rent.
Cat. Yep, that's the name.
That hippie gamer. BJ Mashed Potato is making GameChamp read more and is very sorry. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. Cody Merchant, Dantastic, Biggest Dickus. We're not sure how, but Gamechamp3000 used video game challenge runs to get meaningful gun control legislation passed. Twinbee, 11 Natrium,
That's the second
Captain
person
Kaiser,
mentioned that.
pronounced Kaiser. Matthew Williams, Doodlesack 12, Biohazard. Mr. Orange Fan, Howl's one-handed egg cracking technique. I pledged $5 to Gamechamp3000's Patreon per video, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. So tell me, Gamechamp, does making my name really long make me stand out? It would be cool if people could hear the name Ham Man. Moomin Biscuit. Metroid for the Nintendo Entertainment System was programmed on duct tape. The Beard Santa,
really?
Brandon Pulask, and everyone's favorite trans dragon girl, Aurelia. Let me know how much this video sucks and demand I do Rockman 4 damageless, even though I told you not to, in the comments below. Don't worry, it probably won't take 3 friggin' years and get out of my house.
Did it take 3 years? There's still like 30 seconds here.
Oh, I also forgot until very late into editing that Brakeman exists. He's pathetic. Murder him.
Murder him. Still that 30 seconds.
Also,
40 seconds.
Oh my god, it never ends. Also, while I was editing, I ended up finding a glitch.
What is that?
If you leave Hardman's room as he's freezing the screen, like during the soft lock glitch thing, then for like the rest of that level, you will be like slightly vertically disjointed from from the ground. It looks a little silly.
Yeah,
that's it.
The feet are not on the ground. A crazy video. It was a long video. I really hope that you enjoyed it nonetheless. Let me know if you want me to do Can You Beat Rockman 4 without getting hit. Please let me know down in the comment section. If you go on Patreon, $3 a month gets you all my reaction videos a day early. I do it a day early because I'm able to read the comments before I record the next video. But you all have enjoyed these videos so much. I have as well. Still crazy to me that people don't react to Game Champ videos, and I have no idea why. But I'm certainly never going to touch Rockman 3. I don't think I'm going to, especially go a hitless run. That's just not going to happen. But this was a crazy video, and I need to record another video. I actually got to make 2 videos go live here in less than a minute. So hope I have one for us today. Hopefully I made 10 a little better. Hope you guys subscribe. Trying to hit 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year. But until the next video, take care and cue the music.
We were playing